Welcome everyone to another edition of Bosco Racing. We got a crazy night set up for you. We're at Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting in Hatfield, Massachusetts. Drivers are starting their karts, getting them warmed up. Here's the starting lineup. Racer 6, number 1 Dad, Trunk Train, Peppers, Extreme, Full Metal, Geo. And we continue to get the warm up, and here's the rest of the lineup with Langford, DDAC, Nunzarelli, Blood Moon, and Red Rocket. Boy, I tell you, it was a cluster on how we set this starting order up tonight. We had a wild card where it was almost like as if you were shuffling a deck of cards and you shuffled them twice. That's how the order came out. Our natural pole qualifier would have been Blood Moon tonight, followed by DDAC, Full Metal Geo, number 1 Dad, Rocket, Nunzarelli, Langford, and so on. But due to the shuffle in the wild card, this is the order, and Blood Moon, the natural pole qualifier, not only started in the B main, but raced out of the B main and is starting last in the A main. Here we go. Let's get ready to go to green, and here we are, green flag. That's Racer 6 in the pole position, leading us out. Number 1 Dad in the pink, following behind through the S-turns. Number 1 Dad ducking underneath the Racer 6. Oh, and he's gone. Here we go, Racer 6, but look at this. Trump Train on the back door of Racer 6. Racer 6 in a white helmet. Trump Train right alongside. Now Trump Train into the front stretch. Here we go, number 1's. Oh! Oh, ow! Here we go. Let's check out the replay of this little accident right here and slow it down just a bit. You can see Racer 6 just tapped into the back of Trump Train, and Trump Train goes into that wall right there hard. We're carrying the most speed right there at the end of that front stretch. You can see where Trump Train's still laid up over in that area. Looks like he might have gotten a wind knocked out of him. You know, the ribs are always take the brunt of that. But I'll tell you what, we're going to the fastest of speeds right then and there. You know, any push from behind is going to send you flying if you don't have all the grip. And of course, early in the run, tires don't have any heat in them. You know, so you're racing that hard into that turn this early in the run can be difficult. I'm not saying it can't be done, but should it be done? I don't know. Okay, better judgment. But that's all right. Here we go. Trump Train looks like he's okay. He's getting back up around and into the order. Following back in behind number 1 Dad, who is now leading the race. Trump Train gets his position back in second position. Peppers is already running in third. Let's see what happens. Get these drivers lined back up. This is Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting right up here in Hatfield, Massachusetts. On a night like tonight, you know, on our nice little track here, we'll be running 19 and a half second laps. If you're watching this and you're from another track, come on over to PVIK and give it a try. And if you got a squad and you think you guys can race, bring it over. We'd love to race against you. And then maybe we can come down to your place someday. Let's get something arranged. It'll be fun. Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting does have a 35-36 second track, half indoor, half outdoor, but the outdoors is obviously closed because we're running in the winter right now. That makes for good racing in here. Stay a little bit warm, and like I said, running 19-second laps takes a lot of skill to run this track. Here we go, number 1 Dad off with the green flag again, and he is being followed by Trump Train. Trump Train doesn't have anything for him in the S-turns. Number 1 Dad's spacing it out. Behind them, you can see the action happening. Look at this, Blood Moon in the blue, and he is already on the move. But meanwhile, Extreme and Pepper's going at it. Extreme's going to have to duck inside. Pepper's got the better line coming into the S-turn. Extreme bottles it up a little bit, and therefore you go 2 abreast through the S-turns. Let's see how that straightens out. Langford getting away from that mess. And in the meantime, you got Extreme, DDAC side by side, followed by Geo. And look who's going to be the beneficiary of this move. And that's Blood Moon ducking to the inside, made up 2 spots on that little bit of action. Nice move. Here we go, single file into the S-turns one more time. Top 3 are spacing it out. Top 4 are spacing it out now. DDAC and Extreme going side by side. Extreme's got a good run into turn 1. Let's see if he can make it stick. He does. And Extreme into the front stretch. Single file behind them. That's Blood Moon in the blue. That's Full Metal Geo in the purple. And I'll tell you what, those two are going at it right now. If you watch that race, you'll see a little bit of action right here. Oh, look who also is on the move. Red Rocket in the green t-shirt flying through the pack. Look at this, 2 abreast down in through the S-turns one more time. Top 4 getting away. And there's Racer 6. Racer 6 sent to the back of the pack due to that incident, that first caution. Let's see what all happens here. Looking here in the middle of the pack, you can see that DDAC and Full Metal Geo are having a nice little race. Right here. Looks like DDAC has got a little push on that cart coming around the bottom of the horseshoe. Oh, there we go. Blood Moon makes the pass on Extreme right there. Extreme is in the white. Let's see what all happens here. Extreme having a trouble making that second turn out of there. But look at this. Extreme going side by side with Rocket. Rocket going to fall, thinking better of it, falling in behind. And he'll get another turn. No, he's getting a turn right now. He's in the front stretch ahead of Extreme, making a beautiful run into the S-turns. All right, so that is spacing out just a little bit right there, but look at this. Extreme's not giving up easy on any position. Extreme going here. Let's see if he can make it happen. Look at this. Geo right alongside of him, but Geo thinks better of it, backs off for the time being, and see if he can't set him up into the S-turns. All the way up to DDAC is starting to run away with it, and so is Red Rocket starting to run away from the pack. Oh, Extreme getting a little loose coming out of there, and that might be the opportunity that Geo needs, and it is. Look at this, side by side, and is he going to give him room? Oh, squeezes him just a bit, but just enough to get alongside. Meanwhile, Geo's got company coming up alongside of him. New racer here, Nunzarelli, right here in the black. Nunzarelli's running a heck of a decent race. He had a decent qualifying time, but so did Full Metal Geo, so that's how this drag race ends at the end of the stretch. Geo, with the experience of the track, knows that he can stick to the inside, and he does. He comes out of this with, or ahead of Nunzarelli. That's our leader right there in the pink. That's number 1 Dad. Number 1 Dad is on rails, not to mention he's got quite the engine under him right now. Trump Train behind him, Peppers behind him, and there we go. Langford and Blood Moon going at it. Langford in the red. Langford is one hell of a racer, and you know he is, because he's going to keep up with Blood Moon pretty easily. Well, I take that back. Blood Moon looks like he's stretched it out just a bit. Blood Moon's in a rocket. Like I said, Blood Moon was our number 1 qualifier in Kart 20 tonight, and boy, he is making the best of that kart. Langford on this particular night is in Kart 5. Kart 5 is supposedly got a tune-up, but Langford's having a hell of a time with it right now. Let's see if we can't loosen up the chassis, bring it back to the kart doctor, get that thing fixed once and for all. There's our leader, number 1 Dad, and you can see he's not too far behind Racer 6, who Racer 6 would be lapped if he makes it to him. Racer 6 is in the white helmet. Number 1 Dad coming up to him in the pink. You can start to see right now that the cream is rising to the crop. No matter how many times we shuffled the deck to get this qualifying, to get this starting lineup, you can already see that the top qualifiers have shuffled to the front of the pack. And that being this man right here included, that's Blood Moon trying to make the pass on Peppers. Peppers is no easy pass, and Blood Moon knows it, but Blood Moon's going to get him set up. Oh, not here, you're not. There's Peppers going, making that horseshoe wide. But Peppers, if you watch, he was running that same line the entire race. It's just, it's a very efficient line when you have someone trying to make a pass on the outside. Nope, not going to get Peppers this time. This race here, you can see him starting to suck up behind. Look at that. DDAC's now on the back bumper of Blood Moon, and he ain't going to make it easy on him. DDAC ducking to the inside of Blood Moon, and look at that. That was all they needed to create some space between Blood Moon and Peppers. But now look at this. It's a 5-pack right here, folks. Where it was running single file with seconds in between, now they are bunched up. Let's see what all happens here. All right, that's Blood Moon ducking underneath Peppers. Peppers is in the yellow, and Peppers is going to slam the door on DDAC. Go wide into there and ride it out. Blood Moon's now away from this pack right here, but he's still got a ways to go to make it up to the leader at this point. Leader's just been running hot laps around this track. In the meantime, look at this. DDAC ducks to the inside. Let's see what... Oh, not today. There we go. Love watching Peppers run that D, and he does to the tightest degree. But look at DDAC with a beautiful push move in through the horseshoe. Oh, but look at this. Peppers getting wide, and look who found the freaking open door. That's Red Rocket. Red Rocket sneaks on through. Red Rocket in the S-turns. Got the better line. No, still gets pinched off by Peppers. In the meantime, the 3-pack behind them has got some sorting out to do. Right here, you got DDAC, Langford, and Full Metal Geo. They got some racing of their own to do. This second pack, look at this. Geo on the back door of Langford. Langford in the red, Geo in the purple. That's number 1 Dad coming up on the pack. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to stick with this race because it is the race of the day right here. You can see Peppers just doing everything in his power. Running everyone off on D. Look at that. Oh, with that move, he opened it up to the inside. No one was able to take advantage of it except for Red Rocket. Coming. He's going to have to make up some ground here a little bit. What do we got going on here? Oh, bit of a caution. Here we go. We got a caution. That's our leader right there. Number 1 Dad in the pink, being followed by Blood Moon. Oh, nope, sorry. Being followed. That's number 2 right there. That's Trump Train. And then here we go. Blood Moon in the blue. Temperatures are up. You're starting to get signs of, well, not really signs of spring, but the days are definitely getting longer. The building's getting warmer. And, yep, here we go. So tonight we ran an A main and a B main. If you bring your squad up here and you want to race, or you bring a couple of drivers up here or whatnot, and you're running the 19-second lap, or, you know, even, you know, below 20s, if you're running a below 20-second lap and you want to come out here and race with us at PVIK, we'll make room for you. Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Come on out and let's get a race on. We randomly draw for carts, and once you have your cart, it's typically the cart that you'll take through qualifying, you'll take it through practice, and you'll take it through the main. If we have more racers, obviously there'll be a little bit more shuffling of carts, but you know what? It all comes out in the end. If you're a good driver, you can handle these carts. Most of them, the majority of the carts run about the same. Here we go. Let's get these racers back. We're trying to figure out what all happened in this latest. We're trying to figure out what all happened in this latest melee. And it looks to me like there was just some bunching up in the S-turns, but no harm, no foul. They were back in the pack. We should probably put everything back into the running order that it was, and keep this race moving along. Let's see what all happens here. All right, yep, looks like everybody's gonna fall back into their lineup. And here we go. Everything's lined back up. One last explanation from one of our marshals. Make sure everybody's in order. Looks like the melee happened at the hairpin turn at the end of this long front. And maybe some bottlenecking up into the S-turns. You know, it's a good thing. I mean, at the end of that, number one dad had about a 7.5 to 10 second lead with from Blood Moon, and now look at this. There's 1, 2, 3. We got number one dad being followed by Trump Train and Blood Moon. Trump Train and Blood Moon is going to be the race to watch right now. You can see Blood Moon hot on the tail of Trump Train right here. Trump Train in the orange helmet, Blood Moon in the blue. Here we go, ducking inside. Here we go. Oh, Blood Moon is tracking. Here we go, ducks to the inside, makes the move. Trump Train gonna let him go, knows that he doesn't have anything for him at this point. I don't know, maybe Trump Train's still affected from that earlier crash in turn 1. It's not like him to give up that easily, especially against his rival there, Blood Moon. But let's see, they're competing for top 2 in the points overall for the season. It's okay though. Let's see if he can't keep it stretched out in front of Peppers, and we'll see how we do. That's number one dad trying to get away as fast as he can. He sees now that it's no longer Trump Train on his tail. It is now Blood Moon. You're back in the pack just a little bit. You got Peppers and Red Rocket going at it. Peppers is in the yellow. Red Rocket ducking underneath into the front stretch. Falls back in the line. And he's got D-Dak on his tail. With D-Dak on his tail and Peppers in front of him, he's going to have a hell of a time maintaining pace. You got one guy who can run a hell of a good defensive line and another guy behind you who can run a hell of a good offensive line. So you're going to have your hands full there, Rocket. Here we go, number one dad and Blood Moon going at it. You can see that gap's closing just ever so slightly. And what went from 1.5 to 2 cart lengths is probably at about a half cart length right now. Here we go. Wow, Blood Moon, nice turn in the TV turn. Number one dad trying to run for his life. Let's go. Blood Moon getting a better approach into the S turns clearly. And behind that though, look at that racing going on. It's going to be hard to pick out what race to watch right now, but I think this one for the lead has got to be the one that you watch. You got number one dad staving off the attack of Blood Moon. Let's see how long he can make that last. Oh, back in the pack, you can see they're too wide going into the horseshoe turn. Take a look at that. In the meantime, in the TV turn, number one dad, Blood Moon attempting to overcome number one dad. Number one dad gives him room in turn, carries that speed into the S turns, and he is still out front. Let's see how that manages into the horseshoe turn. Into the horseshoe turn, you can see Blood Moon running a real nice line. Number one dad, number one dad that time hooked up well in the TV turn, but that still gives Blood Moon another look. Side by side, wow, side by side into the S turns. Number one dad with the preferred line. Number one dad then, see if he can't keep it up. Yes, he does. Wow, handling it very well through the horseshoe turns. And look at this, Blood Moon always by his side and coming out of the TV turn. That time, number one dad thinks to lift, and he lifts in the end of the front stretch. Lets Blood Moon, well, doesn't let him, but figures it's in his best interest to allow Blood Moon to pass. Following that line for just a bit. Let's see what we got here. Look at this beautiful move by Full Metal Geo to make the pass on Peppers in the TV turn. Looks like the two drivers that are most hooked up in the TV turn at this point right now would have to be Blood Moon in first position and Full Metal Geo right there in the purple. Full Metal Geo making a sharp turn through the TV turn, and I'll tell you what, being able to carry that speed out of the TV turn is paramount when running this track in reverse direction. Look at this, D-Dak on the tail of Peppers. Peppers doesn't like going backwards, but ever so slowly he's dropping back. D-Dak ducks to the inside. Let's see what all happens here. You know, these two are rivals. They love racing each other. Oh, Peppers with the better line. Peppers pinches him off on the other side of the S turns. Now Peppers right here in the yellow. Whoa, he's got traffic. Here we go. Let's see. Peppers keeps his nose in there right before the... Round and round he goes. Looks like Nunzarelli might have finished the job getting into the back room. Let's watch the replay here. D-Dak and Peppers running tight, and then Nunzarelli kind of just gets into him coming out of that turn, and just enough to get him around. It doesn't take much, especially at that turn right there. You're on the skin of your tires, and boom. That was just enough to get Peppers around. Blood Moon, number one dad, and the rest of the leaders coming around right now. They're going to get lined back up in the front stretch, and let's see if we can't get this race back under green. I think the running order is pretty well explained here, and I don't think we'll have much of a problem getting this down. Although Nunzarelli didn't come into Peppers with any kind of malice, I think in this instance he might be going to the back of the pack. It's hard to tell. Let's see what all happens. Let's see what the marshals rule and what they saw. There you go. You got our leader up there in the blue. That's Blood Moon, number one dad. Trump Train. And look at this. All the way from the back of the pack is Red Rocket. Look. After Red Rocket, you got Full Metal Geo, Peppers, D-Dak. Okay, so that order there is maintaining the same. Peppers, D-Dak, and then Langford. And yeah, you can see that Nunzarelli is back in the pack. Behind Racer 6. It was a tough B main today. We had some really fast drivers in the B main. Here we go. Let's go back to green flag racing. This time we got Blood Moon leading us out. Blood Moon leading us out. This is the first time that number one dad hasn't let us out on the restart. And number one dad tucked in well behind Blood Moon. But let's see what all happens. Here's the two that got into the incident earlier. And that's Peppers and D-Dak. Peppers in the yellow. And we'll see. Look at this. Drag race through the front stretch, and Red Rocket's the beneficiary of that one. Look at him coming into third position. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice move, Rocket. Nice move. Here we go. Rocket made that pass on Trump Train, and you can, you know, Trump Train and Rocket love to race each other. Look at this. Another two that love to race each other. That's D-Dak and Peppers. Look at them go. Oh, look at this. Four wide, 2x2. And we have a caution. We have a caution. A little bit of another jam up. Oh, spin out. Jeez, spin out right here. That's Racer 6. I think that might have been Nunzarelli got into Racer 6 and gave him the old college push. Locked him up, spun him out. All right, so we know the running order from this point. We're going to get right back into order. Not a problem. Racer 6 may take back 10th position. He may be in 11th. We'll see how he wants to run this. We definitely know. Oh, there he goes. There's Nunzarelli going to let him get the 10th position in, so he knows that he got him around. So he's going to naturally take his position at the back of the field. Nunzarelli is running a fast race. It just it's not really showing in the positions, but he's running pretty decent times. Right now, the fastest time we got for the night is an incredible 19.136. And that's it, running in reverse direction. That's a hell of a good run. Second to that is 19.175. That's Blood Moon and number one dad, as you would suspect, running at the front of the pack. They can run the fastest times, and they are. Here we go. That's Red Rocket giving number one dad a heck of a time there. That's our top three, Blood Moon. Number one dad, Red Rocket. Fourth position and holding on is Trump Train, followed by Full Metal Geo. Don't have many laps left, folks. This is going to be do or die right here in the next couple of laps. You can see Red Rocket trying to make an approach shot on number one dad, but not enough to get to his bumper just yet. But look at this. Full Metal Geo made the pass on Trump Train, and now sizing up Red Rocket. See what he can do there. 5 laps to go. Thanks to everyone who supports Bosco Racing, and share it with your friends, and get them out here. Get your fellow racers out here to race at PVIK Wednesday nights. Look at this. Langford and Nunzarelli aren't done racing. Here we go. Langford's so good in that TV turn. You're not going to make that pass there. They just grabbed the white flag. Leaders have grabbed the white flag. There's the leaders going by. They're going to get the checker flag. But look at this race for third. You got Red Rocket, Full Metal Geo putting on the gas. No, Red Rocket pulls it off right there at the start-finish line. Geo, nice attempt. You know, too little, too late, but that was a hell of a good finish and a hell of a good bit of racing between you guys. Here's our finishing order. Blood Moon, number 1 Dad, Red Rocket, Full Metal Geo, Trump Train, and Peppers round out the top 6. In the 7th position, we have Extreme, DDAC, Langford, Nunzarelli, and Racer 6. Here, thanks for watching, everyone. It was a good race. More good racing next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting. Thanks for watching Bosco Racing.